Hey guys, what's up? It's Nate, and I'm back with another episode of Paranormal Talk, Paranormal App Test. So today we're going to be looking at the Ghost Story Box by Streamside Software LLC. Now at the time of the download, this app had a 3.5 rating in the App Store. All in all, that's really not that bad. 5 stars is the max you can have, so it's well over halfway. Gotta give them a recommendation for that, and in a way, kind of makes me hopeful that this app works decently. So, multiple people recommended this app to me, but here's the issue. I forgot to document it, so unfortunately I can't give you guys your shout out like I normally would, and I apologize for that. I have been getting a lot better at documenting this. However, this app was recommended to me several months ago. I just haven't had a chance to get to it yet. However, the app cost $1.99. All in all, not that bad. Now I don't know if it's going to be a radio sweep style app, from the name of it being Spirit Story Box. I'm hoping that it is, or if it's going to be a phonetic generator style app. I don't mind the phonetic generators, but I prefer the Spirit Box style. We just have to wait and see what it is, and I can't wait to jump into it and find out. However, without further ado guys, this is going to be the Ghost Story Box by Streamside Software LLC, Paranormal Talk, Paranormal App Test. You know the deal guys, let's get it. Hey guys, welcome back to Paranormal Talk. If you've ever watched any of my videos before, you should be well aware that not all of my content is suitable for all ages. This is your parental advisory, explicit content warning. Enjoy the video. Spirit Story Box by Streamside Software LLC. So, why this app does not have Spirit Story Box as the actual name of the application on your home screen, I don't know. And it's always bothered me when a developer does this, because if you have multiple apps of the same name, like these two right at the top, Spirit Box, Spirit Box. So the Spirit Story Box is actually the center one with the box and all the colorful sparks coming out of it. Why wouldn't you label it as Spirit Story Box with the icon, and not just Spirit Box? Label it what it is when you download it from the store. That makes it so much simpler for the user to find it. But anyways, let's open this app. Let's see what it's all about. All right, so we got a high sensitivity, it looks like. Yep, a low sensitivity, I like that. On and off switch, we're not going to turn it on yet, because as always, guys, we got to set our ground rules. I'm speaking to only spirits that reside in this house. Any outside forces, you are not allowed in my house. You are not allowed to communicate with me. I come to you meaning no harm, and I mean the utmost respect. I expect the same respect in return. With that being said, I would like to communicate with you. So I want to start this off on the high sensitivity and see what happens. I'm going to turn it on after I ask my first question. If there is any spirit here with me, can you come forward please and tell me, what is your name? I like the setup of the screen. The setup is really nice. It looks good. And you don't really find this particular style screen with an app. So you do have to kind of pay for this app. It's $1.99. It's not too expensive. But you are paying $1.99 for an app that at least looks good. But does it function? That's the question. So the lines are getting bigger and fat. I have to assume that means a word's about to come through. Let's see if I'm correct. Because I've tested an app before that had this similar setup, and the faster the lines went, then it was telling you, hey, something's about to communicate. Come on, you can do it. I wonder what happens if I move this close to the TV. I just want to see if this little gauge in the closest center at the bottom is supposed to be an electromagnetic field detector, and it kind of seems like that is what it's supposed to be, but the TV doesn't seem to be putting off anything that's making it adjust to any higher level than what it was already at. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to test it on the light that I have in the kitchen.
X.
What did that say? Axe. Interesting. So on the light in the kitchen, it does not fluctuate as it should, because this is probably one of the biggest outputs of electromagnetic fields that I have in the house, same as the microwave. So it doesn't seem to adjust on either one of those two things. Now, the thing about these apps, guys, after further research, no, they cannot detect electromagnetic fields. However, just like most electronic devices, cell phones have small little magnets in them. Now, these magnets can, in a way, fluctuate and detect magnetic fields according to the research that I've done online. So they can halfway detect fields, but it's not a 100% yes, they can detect electromagnetic fields, because they really can't. They detect half the spectrum to an extent. It's not a very strong detection. If there's anyone here with me, can you tell me, what is our animal's name? We got nothing going on at the moment. I really do like the look of this app though. Like, the style of it's really nice. Alright, so I'm going to turn this off for a second though, because I want to check what these features are. Screen. Oh, nice. So, there is no free version for this, guys. It's either $1.99 or nothing. And I will say, I like this. Like, you can go with all different kinds of things. You know what? I'm going to try the steampunk. I like that. Okay. Voices. So you can select different voices. That's cool. So we're just going to stick with Jill.
This is the voice of Jill.
Yeah, we'll just stick with that, I think. That's what it was set to. Display. So you can do it. Ooh. So that's nice. Like, these features are features that I actually kind of like. It makes the app more interesting. We're going to leave it on the sine wave, which is what it originally was set to. So our new display, and this looks really nice. I like this. Like, for $1.99, this is very well put together. That I can say about this app. As far as the look of the app, functionality wise, so far, I'm still not sure. However, when it's set to this, how do I turn it on? Like that. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. So that was simple enough to figure out. If there's anything here with me, can you please come forward and tell me what your name is? Can you tell me what year you died? Can you tell me how you died? So I'm walking around the house at the moment, guys, and I'm trying to see if I can find a good spot where this is actually going to react and interact. What I may do is I may just sit this down, walk away, and ask questions. Maybe whatever's here doesn't want to come close to me at the moment. So I'm going to sit this down. Walk away from it a few steps. Alright, so I'm not near the device anymore. Don't be afraid. Walk over to that device that's on that table. Speak to me. Can you tell me, are you a man or a woman?
Decides.
Decides. What are you trying to decide? Can you tell me? Are you trying to decide if you're a man or a woman? Or are you telling me that you can decide what you would like to be? Could you tell me what my name is? Can you please tell me your name? There you go. Come on. If that's you, please come forward, interact with the device. You almost had it. There you go. Keep trying. I know it takes a lot of energy, but I would greatly appreciate it if you could do that. Get close to that device. Make it fluctuate. Tell me what you would like to tell me. You can do it. Almost there. Try just a little harder. And it's slowing down again. Alright, so I do like the fact that the wavelength kind of tells you when something may or may not be about to communicate. It kind of ramps up really good and it starts going really fast and then words come out. I like the fact that the words are audible. However, I can't seem to get it to really respond. And now, guys, I'm not saying that the app doesn't work right now. That's not a bad thing. When you go into an investigation, you know, just like I've said multiple times over multiple app tests, spirits do not act on command. They communicate when they want to, however they want to, when they feel like they have the energy to do so. So just because we're not getting any responses right now doesn't mean this app doesn't work. It just means that the spirit right now might not be willing to communicate or may not be strong enough. So I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to move to a different room. Let's try it out here in the kitchen. Oh, I don't like that. So it's got a screensaver on it. That's kind of awkward. What would you like to tell me? Keep trying. You've almost had to go off a few more times. Just keep trying. Try harder. Could you tell me, how did you die? Getting some pretty strong fluctuations there.
Contacts.
Contacts. So that doesn't really tell me anything. Are you telling me that you wore contacts? That you had glasses? Because depending on how old you are, they might not have had contact technology then. So are you telling me that you wore glasses? Also, guys, I like the fact that it kind of scrolls your results at the top so you don't have to wonder about what's being said. It honestly does just keep repeating what's said. Looked like we were going to get a word there, but nothing came through. If that was you trying to communicate, that was really good. You just got to try a little bit harder for me. You can try a little bit harder, you can communicate. There you go. Come on, you can do it. Alright, now I have a chance to get back to it. Once again, I'm speaking only to spirits that reside in this house. I'm not speaking to any outside forces. You are not welcome to come through and communicate. You are not welcome here. I approach you with the utmost respect. I mean you no harm. I expect the same respect in return. You will not harm me. With that being said, is there anyone here that would like to come forward and speak to me? Please do so now. Use this device to come through and speak. Thought we might have been getting a response there. Wasn't quite strong enough, I guess. I'm gonna try going into the room where the soil that I got from Dracula is. Or Vlad Tepes, whatever you'd like to call him. So I got this vial of soil from a lady who claimed it was giving her violent and vivid nightmares. I've not encountered that since I've had the actual item, so I don't think it had anything to do with the item. I think it was more of a psychosomatic effect of she knew the history of the item, so therefore it kind of freaked her out, which in turn made it to where she was having nightmares. I think there was a perfectly natural explanation, and I got a $67 item for free, so I'm not going to complain. Also, it makes a great conversation piece. If there's anyone in this room with me that is attached to that vial of soil, could you come forward and speak to me and tell me your name? What if I sat you down right next to the soil? Could you come through, please, and tell me your name? Could you tell me, are you attached to that soil? Were you a victim of Vlad Tepes? A few times there it looked like I thought we were going to get a response. Are you attached to the soil in that box? Come on, you can do it. A little harder, a little more. Focus. Okay, so let's go to another room here. It's going to be the final phase of testing I'm doing on this, guys, by the way. I already feel like I have enough information, I think, to make a judgment, but I just want to go a little bit further with it and ensure that I'm right. So, in this room here is where the room that my son claims to see the kitty ghost all the time. So I'm going to sit this down right here. Just ask a few questions. If there's anyone in here with me, can you please come over to this device and tell me, are you the cat that my son claims to see up here? Oh, we might get a response. Come on, you can do it. Concentrate a little harder. Nothing. It's like it's getting just to the point where it can do it and just loses its energy. Either that or that's the way the app is designed. The app is designed to kind of make you feel as though, hey, I'm about to get a response, and, well, you're not going to get anything, which is possible. Concentrate a little harder. I hate that. I hate that feature. I do not like the screensaver.
Stubborn.
Stubborn. All right, so that's a good word. And that's actually really true. I am stubborn, and so is my son, and so is my girlfriend, and so is our cat. Actually, I think our cat is just on some form of unknown cat psychedelic drug. I don't know what is wrong with that cat. If there's anybody here with me, you're stubborn, huh? Are you saying that you're stubborn because you don't like to talk or you won't come through and talk through this device? I don't want you to feel like you have to be afraid of me because you're welcome to stay here. I just want to talk. So please come forward, come to this device and tell me, who are you? What is your name? All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this app test now before this becomes like a freaking 45-minute, hour-long app test. Oh, hang on. Maybe. You going to come through and talk now that I want to end the test? You heard that? That was my son downstairs. I guess not. All right, guys. I'm going to end this test and come in with my final conclusion. So guys, Spirit Storybox by Streamside Software LLC. One thing I want to say right off the bat, I love the look of this app. I would pay $1.99 all day long for this app just for the aesthetics value. The app looks great. The features, you have all these different backgrounds you can choose, all these different fluctuating screens that show you the strength of the signal that you're getting. Guys, very, very well done on that section. Now, as far as the performance of the app, I will say, it is one of the quietest apps I've ever run. Most apps have some kind of static hiss or some kind of annoying fucking beep that we all cannot stand. But you know what? At least it adds a different kind of layer to the application. This was you asked a question and you just literally sat in silence, waiting for something to come through the box, and you get the fluctuations to make it think, oh, something's gonna come through, and then boom, you get nothing. And yeah, that was a little bit annoying. However, am I going to say that the app didn't properly function? No, because in theory, the app did function. If you go on a paranormal investigation, you're not going to get constant responses, guys. You're going to get sporadic responses, and they may not always have something to do with what you're talking about. So, in a way, the app did seem to function the way that I would expect a divination tool for the paranormal to function. I'm not saying that it being quiet was a bad thing. I'm saying for an app test video, that's a bad thing because I had to go through and do a lot of editing and filler work. Guys, this is like a 25-minute video, and I shit you not, just to go in and do the filler work for the silent parts, I have spent probably 9 or 10 hours editing. Crazy amount of time. However, I'm really excited to finally put this video out. I'm excited for the green screen. Guys, it's wrinkly. I know, doesn't look the greatest. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna steam dewrinkle it. I got a better setup coming for me to hang it so it's a lot more taut, and hopefully we get them wrinkles out and I can add a new aesthetic value to my videos. So, final conclusion here, guys. Spirit Storybox by Streamside Software LLC. Is this an app that you want for your paranormal toolbox? I think it's worth a try. Just because I did not have constant boom, boom, boom responses does not mean that this app doesn't work. I liked the way the app actually functioned. I just didn't like how quiet the app was because during the editing process it took so long for the filler. However, the app did seem to function the way that the app was described to function in the description in the App Store. So I think this is one that you could possibly spend the $1.99 on. Guys, try it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any experiences with this app, because if you do, as always, I would love to hear about it. With that being said, final conclusion. Download it if you want to spend $1.99. Try it out yourself and let me know. And as always, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as you know, sharing is caring. If you found the video informative, please share away. That being said, Nate signing out, guys. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next app test.